Hi, my name is Spencer Anderson, and I am the manager of IT Managed Services at Loffler Companies. I have been with Loffler for about 3 years now and been in IT for about 20 years, doing everything from supporting desktops and keyboards and mice to helping run the managed services practice here at Loffler today. I'm here to talk about how to survive a ransomware attack. And the first part of that is good steps for prevention. Keeping ransomware out is the number one thing you can do. That's done using the same methodology that's been used in IT for a long time, security in layers. And you want to have good protection on the network, you want to have a good firewall, you want to have good protection on each endpoint, you want to have antivirus, you want to have secure connections in and out of your networks, VPN connections, those kinds of things. Today, some of the things we're adding on top of that are multi-factor authentication, so that you need to know your password and something else in order to be able to access your computer or your email or the company network. We're also doing more advanced endpoint protection, software that's written specifically to look for things that ransomware does, like changing files that don't usually get changed, and then preventing that when it starts to occur. Behind all that, we always want to have a good backup. If you have a good backup solution, you can recover from a ransomware attack if it does happen in minutes versus days or weeks or never. And it's important to remember that ransomware can live in your network unnoticed for a long time, hundreds of days before it takes any action. So you want to have these prevention steps in place all the time, always watching, and always watching your important data. If you do get a ransomware attack, the first thing to do is disconnect your computer from the network and notify somebody that might know what else your computer typically connects with. So if you use a file server, an H drive or an S drive, you want to tell somebody that has access to that to see if any of the ransomware spread to that centralized part of your infrastructure. Then you want to take steps with the rest of your company or your IT service provider to really find out where it is in the network. And there are different ways to do that. And then talk about recovery steps. If you've got good backup at that point, you can just restore from backup. If the data that was encrypted is not important to the company, you can consider it old data and just start re-image your computer and start fresh. It's important to stay aware of that ransomware attack for the days and weeks following it, because it could have left a footprint behind somewhere else that will then affect somebody else, or just try again later. So it's important to really be thorough with the recovery, and Loffler has been brought in to help companies with that in the past, and that's something that we've been successful with. So it's definitely something that can be recovered from with good prevention and thorough remediation. I think if you want to learn more, definitely check out Loffler's website. There's a lot of information there. And thanks for your time today.